Welcome to this special edition of Skeptics Brewpub. I'm calling this little thing the SBP Extra. Excuse me, because we're actually testing some equipment out before I go live with this tomorrow, because we will be interviewing Marissa McCool, and I'm going to do it streaming on video. I'm going to record video and audio. Both will be up on Monday. But I think starting next week, what we're going to start doing is have the live show be video on YouTube. And then after the live show airs, I will do some real quick editing and then put an audio-only version of the show up on Spreaker. So you'll be able to catch the audio to download if you want to listen to it later, or you can stream it live or after the fact on YouTube. So anyway, let's get into the test that I'm doing. What I want to do is check and see how this is going to work, trying to put my overlays on top of our little screen here. So let's go ahead and get started here. I just lost my place. Okay, there we are. So let's see. We'll bring this down. Our first news story tonight comes out of Little Rock, Arkansas. This here is my favorite asshole. This is Jason Rapert. Now Senator Rapert is the guy that is responsible for the Ten Commandments monument that's going to be coming up soon to the Arkansas State Capitol. He's also responsible for getting the Baphomet statue banned from the same state capitol, which is inviting a lawsuit big time. He also recently tried to put in a non-binding resolution to have Arkansas be among the number of states to call for a constitutional convention to add an amendment to the U.S. Constitution that would make marriage solely between a man and a woman. Yes, that ship has already sailed, but he's still trying to fight that. But he's still trying to swim out to it. He also has started a new ministry, and notice I'm going ministry, where he wants to start training other state legislators to work towards a Bible-based, Bible-based legislations, to be a lawmaker for God, basically. And he's asking his patrons, his people that he wants to support on this, he is asking them for approximately, if I remember my figures correctly, I think the grand total comes out to a little over $4 million a year through the GoFundMe, Patreon, whatever he's using. So that's a pretty good chunk of change. He's tying this in with Matt Staver's Liberty Council, with, or not Matt Staver, Matt, whatever the hell his name is, from Liberty Council, which is tied in with Liberty University, Jerry Falwell Jr.'s organization. But the great thing about this today is the city of, I believe it was Conway, which is where the good senator is from. Actually, he's the bully of Bigelow. You'll see me do that hashtag quite a bit. But the bully of Bigelow is basically, they're trying to have his name attached to a sewer project. Beautiful. And I hope it passes, and I hope that we wind up with the Jason Rapert flushable sewage system, whatever, just because the guy is a total douchebag. He's been in the news quite a bit, but that's our first little set of news. The next story that we've got, of course, comes from the Bozo emeritus. There he is. The Bozo emeritus that we have. This is, of course, Uncle Donnie, Donald Trump, who has tried this year, or just today, decided to bar some news organizations from a press conference today. I don't think I don't think Sean Spicer, his press secretary, has revoked their press credentials yet, but he blacklisted CNN, the New York Times, the Washington Post, BuzzFeed. There may have been one more, I'm not sure, but he definitely kept those four in particular out because, he considers them fake news. And in protest, I believe it was Time and I'm not sure what the other magazine was, decided to go ahead and boycott the little press meeting or press conference this morning, press briefing this afternoon. The ones that were allowed in were the Wall Street Journal, Fox News, and Breitbart. So we know where his loyalties lie in this whole little sack of shit. The train wreck continues. Hopefully we kick him off the train before it's too late. Now, our third and final news story that I'm going to do, and again, this is just a test to see how this works out. Ken Ham. Yes, the man, for those that may not be familiar with Ken Ham, he is the guy that runs the Creation Museum in Kentucky, and he just last year opened up the Ark Park. He calls it the Ark Encounter. I like to call it the Ark Park because he hates that. But it's basically a quote-unquote living replica of Noah's Ark, complete with dinosaurs. Because since the Earth is only 6,000 years old and we can't disprove dinosaurs, then dinosaurs and men had to run around together. Well, what he's decided is that here, what you're seeing in the picture is a diorama that he has added to the attraction, which shows kind of what he believes was happening before the flood. And that would be that the men and giants and dinosaurs were fighting in a gladiator-style, Colosseum-style gladiator battles as part of the unspeakable evils that the Bible says was going on at the time before he decided to just flood the earth and all that bullshit. But yeah, Ken Ham has decided that this is what is happening with his young earth creationism, and this is what was going on before Noah's Ark in the Bible. Idiocy in the extreme. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here, and then we'll probably check and see how this worked out. I'm hoping it worked out okay. But be sure to join me on Monday when the pre-recorded video, I'll be interviewing with Marissa McCool. She is a activist, college student. She's working, I believe, on her master's degree right now. She's transgender. She's also an author and a podcaster. She has a podcast called Inciting Incident, and the book that she just wrote just released a few months ago, is called The PC Lie: How America, or I believe it's How America Decided That I Don't Matter. And it has essays in it also from famous other people in the internet atheist community, like Eli Bosnick has an essay in there. Chris Cluey did the NFL sports person did the forward for it. But we're going to sit down and have a chat about some of this stuff. We're going to name a new Bozo of the week. I know it's been a while since I've been able to do that, and we'll probably talk about a few other things. Maybe even some wrestling, because she was a wrestler at one point too. So anyway, tune in on Monday. The show will go up Monday night, 8:30 on YouTube, this YouTube channel, or you can go to skepticsbrewpub.com and you'll be able to stream or download the audio version of the conversation as well. So until then, remember, believe nothing that you hear, half of what you see, and never start a serious conversation without a 2-drink minimum. Good night, guys. Never start a serious conversation without a 2-drink minimum. Good night. Okay. Well, we're going to try to figure this out and go on.